Dear students, today we're going to be talking about two different methods. One is called vacuum, and then we're going to talk about psychic attack. Vacuuming, just like it sounds, has to do with when we worry about someone, we blame ourselves for his or her misery. Or if you're a massage therapist and you're massaging someone who's in emotional pain, we may take on the other person's negative psychic energy in a misguided form of helplessness. That means that you're trying to help that person, and obviously you're an empath if you're doing a specialist and healing professions. And so this happens to everyone, but normally it happens more to those that are light workers who are ultra concerned about aiding others, often at their own expense. The angels gave us methods such as vacuuming to help us stay balanced in our service work. They want us to help people, but not to hurt ourselves in the process. It is a matter of being open to receiving support from others, including the angels. So this is something that I want you to be aware of. Many light workers are wonderful at giving aid, but not so good at receiving it. And so this is a method that I'm going to give you to help counterbalance the tendency to vacuum yourself with the help of the angels. Mentally say, Archangel Michael, I call upon you now to dear and clear the vacuum effects of fear. In your mind, you will then see or feel a large being appear. This is the Archangel Michael. Sometimes you will see something called the band of mercy, which you may see lights, which might represent smaller angels. You must decide whether you want the vacuum speed to be extra high, medium, or low. You also be directing him where to put the tube of the vacuum during the cleaning process. Mentally guided inside your head, in your body, and around all your organs. Vacuum every part, all the way to the tips of your fingers and toes. This is a mental imagery guide for you to be able to feel more rested and mentally successful. If you see or feel clumps of psychic dirt, go through the vacuum tube, just like when you're cleaning a soiled carpet. Any entities that enter the vacuum are humanely treated as the other end by the band of mercy, who meets and escorts entities in the light. Keep vacuuming until no more psychic debris goes into the tube. Soon you will be clear. Archangel Michael will reverse the switch so that thick toothpaste-like white light comes out of the tube. This is what we call caulking material that we feel in the spaces that formerly held psychic dirt. Vacuuming is one of the most powerful techniques I ever tried. You can also use this method on others in person or remotely. Just hold the intention of working on them and it's done. I normally tend to use this when I have been overwhelmed, together with meditation, by worries or fears that I can't shake and that they have been stuck in my brain or head for a long time. Even if you don't clearly see or feel anything during the process, don't worry. You might think, am I making this up? The results will be palpable, and most people will see an immediate lifting of the depression and a cessation of anger following a vacuum session. Sometimes you can be mentally tired and exhausted, which will produce physical exhaustion. You can ask for a vacuum to be permanently installed above your head in your home, at the office, or wherever you like. Think of it as an automatic filter, much like people have in their swimming pools. This permanent vacuum will ensure that you stay clean at all times. Now let's talk about lifting. How do we lift the energy of a psychic attack? And we already talked about toxic people, toxicity, toxic relations. We went through very little. We talked about some of the psychological things that can happen. But, and we also, I'm pretty sure that in normal culture, you have heard about psychic vampires or people that seem to suck the energy, like a psychic attack when you're near them. So occasionally, when people are angry at themselves or someone else, they send toxic energy that can create physical pain in their target. This is called a physical attack or psychic attack. Sometimes these assaults happen deliberately, and sometimes they are unintentional. To lift these toxic energies from yourself or another, you first need to call Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael. Then either lie on your stomach or move forward in your chair so your back isn't touching anything. You can read the following aloud as a guided healing meditation for yourself or for another person's benefit. So I'm going to tell you now what I will say. As you breathe deeply, be willing to release any all anger energy from your back, your shoulders, your neck, and any other areas of your body. Breathe and feel or see the energy forms. Sometimes the energy forms might look like daggers, arrows, or other instruments of attack. These will be lifting from your body. As these instruments easily float out your back and body, you may get the sense of who sent them to you. Do your best to hold compassion for the person and resist any temptation to retaliate. Ask for the angels to send healing energies to both of you to break the cycle of attack. Keep breathing. Lift the old energy out of your body. You might feel quivers and shivers as each instrument is carried away by the angels. When your body feels calm and peaceful, you see the Archangel Raphael kneeling beside you. He's sending his emerald green healing energy around and into your body. This light instantly heals any incisions where the attack instruments were formerly lodged, restoring your body to its true natural state of wholeness. Archangel Michael seals you in his protective purple light, which also deflects any lower energies. You're now clear and protected. Let's talk about past lives. As a hypnotherapist, I have seen, and before I started hypnotherapy, I was not a believer of this. I knew that there are some religions that believe that there's many multiple past lives. And I have studied the Hindu faith and culture pretty well just because of massage therapy and Ayurveda. Just how I started, learning about these different cultures. Um, However, as a hypnotherapy, I start seeing that a lot of the things, either that being blocks, even physical blocks, spiritual blocks, or repression that happens in some individuals, happen because of past life experiences. In order for some individuals in the present to move through their life experience and to have fulfilling lives, sometimes we have to heal past life vows that you made. I hope that you read my book about the etheric cord cutting and the red thread. And it is titled Quantum Entanglement, and hopefully it will be soon in the stores. What I wanted to say was these past life vows keeps the person stuck in the present. For example, you may have been in a relationship with someone in which, you love each other, but like you're out of sync. You seem to be always arguing, but you guys, you love each other. Normally, like might be a toxic relationship. You might have been with that person in another past life in which that person did something to you or you did something to that person, and so that's a karmic etheric cord that needs to be restored and healed. And sometimes hypnotherapy can help, healing past life vows. So you might have taken vows in your past lives as a spiritual aspirant or a devotee, such as a nun or a monk. And among the common are vows of suffering, self-sacrifice or retribution, poverty, virginity, chastity, obedience, and silence. Unless these vows are severed, they can follow you to earth and place barriers to your love and sexual areas, finances, and life in general. No one is truly free until these past life commitments are broken. The only healthy vows are those that you decide upon, the ones that you make with yourself. Even then, you'll want to regularly review them to see they're still valid. Release these vows and their effects by calling upon Archangel Raziel, who helps us heal the vestiges of past lifetimes. Then, on your own behalf, or to help another person strongly affirm, Archangel Raziel, I ask for your help, and I hereby sewer any vows of suffering, self-sacrifice, or retribution that I may have made in all directions of time. I rescind any negative effects of these vows now and forever. Then you can repeat this statement for other vows such as poverty, celibacy, and so on. The angels and archangels will guide you through additional healing methods or adjust and supplement the ones outlined here in this lesson. Trust your intuitive messages, as heaven teaches us to gain confidence in your natural healing abilities. And remember, if you're interested in knowing more about your past lives, I will be providing some extra information on Edgar Case's website and books, or documents that you can check out if you're interested in knowing about that. But know that if you're having some recurring cycles or traumas that keep repeating itself, it's probably, especially if it's with one or two people in your life, it's probably because it's not the first time that you guys have been together, not only in the present but in another past lives as well. And the karma tends to be in groups, in family groups. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. In the next part of the lesson, we're going to see if you're a spiritual teacher and healer, and what is your life purpose as a light worker. I'll see you then.